Thanks for joining me on Life and Surround. I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you about this very cool 50th anniversary set. It's Space Ritual by Hawkwind, the mighty Hawkwind. This is a group that I really would not know anything about were it not for the beloved hobby of obtaining and experiencing multi-channel mixed music. So quadraphonic, 5.1, 7.1, Atmos, RO3D, DTSX. I first became familiar with Hawkwind via Warrior on the Edge of Time, the 1975 album that was remixed into 5.1 by Mr. Steven Wilson, one of the absolute multi-channel engineering mixing gods in my multi-channel engineer pantheon. Anyway, a weird record. I think this is a DVD audio. Yeah, Hawkwind, Warrior on the Edge of Time. Very cool Steven Wilson mixes. There are, if I recall correctly, a couple of up mixes because master tapes couldn't be found for the whole album. But anyway, this is a cool set. And it kind of like got me familiar with the concept of Hawkwind. I mean, I know of Lemmy, right? Like we all do. I know of Lemmy. I'm not totally square. Got the DVD audio of Ace of Spades by Motorhead. And then I also have actually at least one concert Blu-ray. And I think that may have been mixed by someone that I really appreciate. I remember it sounding really good. I mean, Motorhead, it's like you put the pedal to the metal, think it across this entire Blu-ray concert that I have, they may let up for like 2 songs. And it's just pedal to the metal. It's just proto-punk, spacey, heavy metal, just 100% grit. Ah, Lemmy. Anyway, so multi-channel music enthusiasm brought Hawkwind to my attention. I am a child of 90s music, and Hawkwind are just one of those groups that escaped my notice without a multi-channel release. And you know, I don't forage every single multi-channel like streaming Atmos release that's put out these days. So like a multi-channel physical release, a DVD audio, put Hawkwind on my map, understanding that like Lemmy was a part of it, but it was like earlier than Motorhead and it had a different flavor, this very like spacey sort of thing. It's almost like Pink Floyd on massive amounts of anabolic steroids. It like or meth maybe. So Hawkwind Space Ritual, this 50th anniversary set. What do you need to know about it? For one thing, I was able to obtain a copy of this for around $50 US through like a very temporary sale on Amazon Germany. So amazon.de. Otherwise, it seems to retail for between like maybe $100 and $130. So you can buy it straight from Cherry Red Records site, and that may end up being like the best cost, but I'm not sure after shipping. Or you can look to one of the Amazons. I checked import CDs, it's just not there. So Space Ritual, 50th anniversary. Why should you even be interested? You get 10 CDs and a Blu-ray. 2 CDs are dedicated to a remastering of the original album. And then 6 CDs are dedicated to 3 different complete Space Ritual shows. 3, count them 3. And then 2 CDs are dedicated to Stephen W. Taylor's new remix of the original concert in CD quality stereo. Then we come to the Blu-ray. Yes. This number right here. You get lossless 5.1, LPCM 5.1, and DTS HD Master 5.1, if I recall correctly, plus lossless stereo. So here's disc 11, the Blu-ray. All right, so Space Ritual. Such a bizarre occurrence. In my opinion, it actually has a lot in common with Pete Townshend's initiative with Lifehouse. The Who's Next, Lifehouse. Got these cocoons that people can hide in, and it's futuristic, somewhat dystopian kind of thing. Like Hawkwind expressed a lot of paranoia about autocracy and just what the future holds, but they're willing to go forth where no man has gone before and try to seek out, discoveries worth experiencing on the astral plane. Hawkwind, Space Ritual. This is quite cool. So in this set, you get 2 booklets, or 2, cardboard housings that hold 4 CDs here. And then I think probably 6 here, if my math holds up. I was told there would be no math. So here's the other 6. So again, original album remastered, 3 complete shows, lovingly, newly mixed into stereo by Stephen W. Taylor, I believe. And then Stephen W. Taylor's fresh remix of the original album. And then you get the Blu-ray that has the original album, and I think unabridged. I think a couple of the tracks are actually longer than they ever were on LP. But you get the original album in high-res lossless stereo, and then high-res lossless 5.1. And you get a poster. It's sort of a poster. It's kind of a fold-out type of thing. Pretty cool. Some news articles and such. So Hawkwind, Space Ritual, this was around 1972, and Hawkwind was sort of an artistic movement. They not only were a band committed to this kind of proto-punk, spacey, prog, art rock journey, and tracks don't tend to take like the intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, chorus, chorus kind of format. Songs start out and they head somewhere, and they keep heading there until the mission is complete. And then you get the next song. Heavy, punky, metal, froggy tunes are broken up with spoken word, antics, and even miming if you were there live, and naked dancers. So it was quite a thing. It was quite a movement. So in this 50th anniversary set, you get 10 CDs, you get a Blu-ray, you get Stephen W. Taylor's remixing in stereo and 5.1, and in my opinion, that is one of the biggest draws for this entire set. But you also get this book. You get a book. And it's got images of paraphernalia from that day and age. You get like a mock tour program, so you get to read along to what the audience would have had available showing up to the gig. You get facsimiles of the master tapes, and you know that always makes me happy. The master tapes. The boxes for them anyway. I know I'm weird. I know it. I embrace it. Tape boxes. You get a lot of history of the band up to this point. The comers and the goers. You learn all about Stasia, the dancer. Get some cool band photos. Space Ritual. It was quite an event. The band were largely on acid, and I think at least half the crowd were as well. And so a musical trip occurred thematically and, you know, physically, mentally. And it's quite a fun show. I actually have quite a few of these tunes stuck in my head. I have enjoyed the several flights that I've taken on the Space Ritual journey. It's like a mad, paranoid, punky, heavy, like Star Trek journey. It's cool. It's like heavy Pink Floyd. Yeah, this is cool. So anyway, I really adore the remixing work by Stephen W. Taylor and a considerable amount of his original like tracking, like, you know, sound engineering work as well. So I'm a big Stephen W. Taylor fan. I would point you at this 50th anniversary set if you have any interest in his remixing work or in Hawkwind. I will note that the price is just really, really, really too high for my comfort on every site that I'm aware of right now. And I will reiterate that I found this set on a temporary sale on Amazon Germany. And sometimes that's what you have to be around for. You've got to be talking to people in the surround and immersive music loving community, because I think it was a friend who tipped me off to the sale. And I went and checked it out and threw it in the cart, and after, you know, shipping was all totaled and everything, I was happy with $50 for this set. 130 plus, not so much. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. If you love Hawkwind, check this out, at least in streaming. You know, just celebrate Space Ritual however you wish to. If you love Stephen W. Taylor's remixing work, the benefits here are that we get a Blu-ray. This is not a lossy DVD video. It's a Blu-ray, so it's lossless, high resolution, 5.1. It is a cool mix. There is sort of like the more arpeggiated, you know, just melodic guitar panned to the surround right from what I can hear, and then like the electronic noise making apparatus panned to the surround left. And so then you get the drums and Lemmy's bass and most of the lead vocals pretty much up front, dead ahead. And then you get like the width of the drum kit in the front left and right, the front left and right channels. And the center supports the kick drum and the snare and the bass guitar, as you would think. And then like some of the heavier rhythm guitar parts can be featured up front. You get flutes. You get saxophone, you get all kinds of like crazy sounds and voiceovers and stuff. And I want to say that, like in keeping with most concert mixes, the majority of the sounds favor the front, but the surrounds are well used here. They provide some clarity for, the sort of atmospheric parts of the recording. So like heavy up front and atmospheric in the surrounds is probably not a completely inaccurate way of putting it. And so I enjoy this 5.1 mix. I enjoy this show. I enjoy some insight into the history of Lemmy and his amazing musical, freaky colleagues. This is quite a treat. I'm glad I was able to find it for a reasonable cost. And if I have piqued your interest, I hope you can as well. So I will leave linked to Cherry Red Records page for this. And maybe I'll go ahead and leave Amazon US and Amazon Germany in case maybe those prices drop. Okay. So I wish you lots of luck. I hope that one way or another, you find a way to enjoy Space Ritual. This is quite a cool, albeit very weird show. And I just really enjoy hanging out and listening to Hawkwind, mostly because I like hear the seeds of Motorhead to come. But we all have different perspective. You may have grown up on Hawkwind and not like Motorhead, for all I know. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like what I do, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that you are instantly updated about everything that I do on this channel. And leave comments, share videos. It all helps this channel seem important to the YouTube algorithm, and that gets the joy of music in surround and immersive out to more people like you and people like me. All right. So I appreciate you. And until next time, do everything you can to live life in surround.